Hey guys, so this is a new video about an update for the Guitar Hero 3 Plus setup. So this is the new installer. It fixes bugs, it adds a couple new features that were requested, and I think this will be about the last update I do, unless there's another major bug or something like that. So I don't have Guitar Hero 3 at all installed, as you can see here. My notifications keep coming up. No Guitar Hero 3, just the same virtual box as before I uninstalled everything. So let's run the setup. Okay, so in here it looks a bit different. So first of all, I removed the remove stage option. I'm sorry, but there was a lot of issues with it. A lot of people, it wasn't working, it was crashing the game. So I just removed it. It's really easy to enable anyway. You just open up the game and you change a setting in there. So it's not the end of the world, but you'll see a couple new things. So first, you can select which programs you want. So if you don't want feedback, you can uncheck it or whatever you want there. And next is you've got the GH3 patch. So before it installed both at the same time, it installed the GH3 patch automatically, but I noticed a couple glitches with it doing it automatically, so instead I separated it out. So you'll now get the patch installer. So make sure, if you're going to install GHTCP, the plugin mod, anything really, make sure you have the patch enabled. Next is another feature, is the installation folder. So this is now where Guitar Hero 3 is going to install. So this is where you're going to want to select it. So just to show you that this works, I'm going to make a new folder and I'm going to call it Guitar Hero 3. Okay, I'm going to click select folder and you're going to copy this. Okay, this is now where Guitar Hero 3 is going to install. And one thing is, I'm going to just disable basically everything just to show you something. So only Guitar Hero 3, I'm not even going to install the patch. Only Guitar Hero 3 is going to install. So next, so just make sure this is, you know where this is, because you're going to need to do something else. So continue watching the video, because there's one other thing you need to know. So you're going to click next and install. And I'll pause the video until Guitar Hero 3 installer comes up. Okay, so here's the Guitar Hero 3 installer. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to let this open up the installer quickly here. Okay, just give it a second. So when you get to the menu right here where it says install Guitar Hero 3 2, you're going to make sure what you copied here, you're going to paste there. You're going to, the exact same location you put prior. This can be anywhere, by the way. So if you want to install it to a whole nother drive, you can. But just make sure the one you put first and the other one are the same. This one and the original one are the exact same location, or else it won't install correctly at all. So this is important. Okay, I'm going to click OK, then click next and install. Now, there's a reason why I only installed Guitar Hero 3. You can install any of those, of course, any of the features. But the reason I only installed Guitar Hero 3 is because I made a whole new installer that was requested. And I'll show you that once this is done installing. I'm going to pause the video, and then I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so it finished. So, again, make sure you click, do you want to play the game now? No. Make sure you still click no there. Okay, and this should be basically done. Let's give it a second here. Should be done fairly quickly. I'll just pause it till it's done. So as you can see, Guitar Hero 3 is now installed in the location that we set it in, Program Files, Guitar Hero 3. And there's the game, and if I run it, it'll say there's no CD, because there's no CD, yeah. So, now I got a lot of people asking the question, what do I do if it says there's no CD? You got to install the GH3 Plus plugin mod that adds the no disk requirement, so it'll run. So next is the other installer. So this is basically the same thing as the installer I just showed then, but it does not have Guitar Hero 3 enabled in it. So the other one installs all the mods and everything with Guitar Hero 3, and it's 3.3 gigabytes. This installs everything but the game. So, and as you can see, it only brings it down to 115 megabytes. So, very small size. And if I run it here, okay, so this is the setup wizard, and I go next, as you can see, everything but Guitar Hero 3 is, there's still the patch. I still enabled the patch. But this will go and install everything but the game. This was a request because some people have the disc and they don't want to download 3 gigabytes, so that's fine. I made a version without, and it takes up a lot less space. So next is you're going to make sure, the same thing in the installation folder, you go to where Guitar Hero 3 is installed. So this is where Guitar Hero 3 is installed, and you're going to select that. And by the way, make sure you install Guitar Hero 3 first before installing this. You need to have Guitar Hero 3 installed before you install this, or else it's going to basically delete all this stuff. So I'm just gonna have everything selected, and this basically, by the way, works the same as the other installer. So if you watch the previous video just now with you can now change destinations of the installation, unlike the previous video. But it's basically the same way. You can enable and disable whatever you want, and you can go back to the installer and add it. So if I click next, or wait, did I select the folder? Yeah, I did, Guitar Hero 3. So if I go to next and install and run, it'll start to install everything else. So as you can see, here's the patch. Yep, detected Guitar Hero 3. This will start to install the patch. And then it'll basically start to install everything you need. Patch successful, and then it's going to go and start extracting everything to the desktop and everything else. And that's basically it. So both of these will be on Mega. I might upload them to MediaFire later on. I probably will, but just not right away because it takes a while to upload to MediaFire. So this is the new update. I probably won't be releasing really any more updates because it's just I'm just gonna install this here just to show you that it all works. Because unless there are major bugs, I'm not gonna really add any more features. I think this is enough features. This is basically just so you can get started playing right away. You don't have to go through and configure everything. The point of this is not to basically install the entire game in one thing, because that can take, like, to install songs automatically, that can take a lot of space. Because I was originally going to make a setlist one, but it was, I think, like 15 gigabytes, which is too much. So I think this is all I'm going to add features wise. You can create your own zones and everything, and everything's done. So as you can see, plugins is here, the plugins folder. GH3, it's going to say, yeah, the system requirements was not met. All the GH programs are here, everything. GHGCP is installed. So, and the patch, so this should fix a lot of the bugs you guys are having. If there are any more, definitely let me know. And also, if it works, let me know, because I want to make sure it's working for a lot of people. I've had like only 3 people say it's worked, but I've only had like 3 people that said it didn't. So let me know if it works, or let me know if it doesn't work. That will really help. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for the support with this program. I spent a lot of time making it and perfecting it, and I think it's going to work now. Thank you all. Bye.